Welcome to Faith Break, finding God moments in your everyday. Each week on Faith Break, hosts Karen Luke and Ann Gallagher bring spiritual refreshment to your daily life. As Advent draws to a close, Karen and Ann reflect on our dreams for a Christmas full of peace and the loving presence of family and friends. And as 2025 draws to a close, we ponder into what deeper dreams God is calling us in the year ahead.
Hi, everybody. Welcome back to Faith Break. I am Ann Gallagher.
And I'm Karen Luke.
We are here to help you find your God moments in your everyday as we journey through this Advent season.
And we are on week
four of Advent. Today we decided to talk about this whole season of Faith Break. We've been talking about the different seasons of life. And yes, last week we talked about the season of joy for Joy Week. And today, as we're heading into the Christmas season, Christmas week. That'd be fun to talk about, like the season of dreams, because we have to give a shout out every Advent to our man Joseph, who is the master of dreams and praying, holy napping, and listening for God internally in those ways.
I'm very confused by this.
Okay,
because the dreams that I have had the last couple of nights.
Oh, your actual dreams?
My actual dreams.
Oh.
I don't know where God is in those. Like, holy cow, I don't know what's going on. I think I'm either sleep deprived.
Yeah, that could be.
That it's just, or like I am just so like calm from being on vacation that like just my brain is like wandering.
What do they say, that your brain works out all your issues and things going on while you're sleeping, right? So you should write them down.
I'm a little scared.
Maybe we won't go into detail about interpreting your latest dreams today then. But at Christmas we do talk about like, visions of sugar plums dancing in their heads, and
Absolutely.
I'm dreaming of a white Christmas. So we're going to have a little fun with this whole idea of like dreaming.
Yeah.
Christmas dreams. So let's just start with let's look at this next week. It's going to be Christmas week. Our kids have like 2 weeks off of school. Mm-hmm. I think you and I are both planning on taking some time off to be with family. So what are your dreams for this cozy season of being home with family?
My dream is to have the least amount of stress that I can have this year. And every year I say, Jeremy, let's rent a cabin up in the Adirondacks by ourselves. Now, that is my dream.
Just the four of you.
Just the four of us in a cabin in the Adirondacks with snow falling and a fireplace and just the four of us.
And I said to Brian and my kids at one point, because, we lost my mom in September, and I was like, maybe this is the year I try to get away for Christmas. But can I be honest and say I've never taken a Christmas off in ministry except for the 2 years I had just had a baby.
I haven't either.
I've never not been working at Christmas.
Right. Me either. So that dream may be on hold.
But I was like, maybe this is the year. But then like a week later, I was like, no, I can't. I cannot be here for Christmas. So
yeah, it is kind of hard to be away for Christmas and Easter. Yeah, as working in ministry. But so what is
the dream? That's a dream exists.
It is a nice dream.
Christmas away would be just once.
That's all I'm asking. But I think like this year it's pretty so far so good, stress free. Yeah,
and my kids too are not like the presents thing. I feel like as my teens get, I have an 18-year-old and a 15-year-old now. It's like they're not that into it. They don't, like the pressure to like shop and do all that stuff is like, I feel like a little less with each year. They start valuing more like experiences, trips and, theater tickets and things like that we can do as a family. So, we've got some of those plans in the works. But yeah, I think I'm just really hoping for some peace this Christmas, because it's going to be a hard one. It'll be our first one without mom.
Right.
And I want to have peace in our home. My sister is actually going to come and stay with us in our house. So she's always stayed at my mom's condo, but now she and her 2 dogs are going to be in our house for the week. And which is not a situation we've had. I don't think we've lived in the same house for that many days at a time since we were in high school. But I'm looking forward to it because I think it can just be like, I don't know. I'm hoping it can just be very chill and that we can keep things, like you said, like just simple.
Yep.
I'm in the mood for just a simple, like Christmas Day, just being in the jammies.
Yep. One thing that we started, Jer and I, like the first year that Emma was born, we said we are not going anywhere Christmas Day. If you want to see us, if you feel the need to see us, you can come to our house.
Right.
It has been the best thing for our family because the kids, and then if anybody does come over, we say after 1:00.
Yeah, and we made that call too. Like we always, so my family's big thing is Christmas Eve, which I'm always late to because I'll do the Christmas Eve masses, a couple of them, and then I get to dinner. They hold dinner until I'm there. And then, but yeah, since our kids were little, we haven't really done Christmas morning mass. So we've been home, and my mom and Jeannie would come over for like the present wrapping, and I'm actually kind of like, it'll be okay to not have that whole drama this year. Because my mom was big into giving gifts, but I don't know, it was a lot. She was a lot as a gift giver. And so I think it'll be good. But yeah, we called it a few years ago. We're keeping Christmas Day simple. Yep. And we stay in our jammies all day. And Brian sometimes decides to cook like a big piece of meat because that's what he does. But
we're coming to your house this year.
Last year we weren't planning on doing anything, and at the big Christmas Eve thing, my cousin's like, "You want to watch TV? Like, we're just come over and have leftovers." And we watched a movie together. They just came over in the afternoon on Christmas Day. We watched a movie together, and it was just very chill.
Yep.
So that's what my dream is for this Christmas: more presents, fewer presents with a T.
Yeah, that's wonderful.
Yep,
I love that.
Yeah. So this time of year too, we're closing down 2025.
Oh my gosh. Didn't we just start 2025?
I know. It has been a year.
Oh, gosh.
It's been a year. So I just thought maybe we could spend a little time as we close out this year. Like, what dreams do you have for the year ahead? What do you want your 2026 to maybe not. I'm not into like goals. I'm not talking about like goal setting, right? But like, how do you want to meet?
Like writing in my gratitude journal every day?
No, it doesn't have to be that. We tried that.
No, that's a really good question. And I really feel like my dream for the new year is to continue that peace or not peace, but serenity in our home.
Yeah.
Like Emma's going to be, she's going to be 17 in March, and then she's going to be a senior, and Connor's going to be 13 in July and in 8th grade. And like, even though they're at each other tooth and nail, right? They do love each other. And I think this past, over Thanksgiving, we had so much family time together, and I didn't have to yell or
that's so great.
Like intervene much. So I think that's my goal, is to just really have more, be like you said for Christmas, be more present and enjoying the moments that we have.
I love that, because we are like, there's just being parents of teenagers. Oh my gosh, such a lesson in surrender, right? Because like, especially as they get older, more towards graduating, and like these questions about their future come up, and like you realize you don't have that much time left with them living with you. And
like they're like, oh, whenever they want to play like a board game or do something together as a family, Jared and I look at each other like, yes.
Pounce on the open moment.
We will, because if we had suggested it, it would have been,
no, Mom, we're too busy.
We're not doing that. Right. So
I know, but and I think just too, like, so I also have a December birthday. So in December, I'm always like, what's this next year of my life? What do I, how do I want to lean into that? And I just, we talked a few weeks ago, I can't remember which episode it was, about like, oh, maybe it was when we were talking about Mary. To say an enthusiastic yes to something means saying a firm no to other things that might also be good, right? So I think the older I get, as I get later into my 40s, I just like, I just feel like I want to be more grounded in my purpose and like care less about the things I need to say no to.
So you don't want to go clubbing on a Friday night at 11 o'clock?
No. No. Although I will say, I was just telling you, we had Thanksgiving weekend. We had a lot of my cousins in town, and like we did a lot of social. Like we went out to see a Bare Naked Ladies cover band on the Wednesday before Thanksgiving, and we went to see a movie all together, and we went to see a show. Like, and it was a lot of activity, and I'm glad we did it. But when it was done, I was like,
was your social level
I was like I need
zero?
to sit on the couch with a cup of tea and have no one talk to me for an hour.
Only an hour?
No, a day. I didn't have a day yet. So, but
that's impressive.
Like, I don't know. I just feel like this next year, I want to go, like, I want to focus on the depth dimension, and just not feel stretched so thin. And I think some of that will happen naturally because, like, this last year was so full of, like, caretaking for my mom and then, like, handling all the logistics afterward and the business stuff. And, like, it's just, I'm hoping that I can be more expansive in my free time and more focused in like the things I want to put my energy in.
Yeah.
So we'll see. And I kind of would like to maybe travel a little.
Nice.
Because we didn't really go anywhere. We're going to Disney with my sister in February. But like I haven't done a weekend away with my sister in forever, or just like, we just haven't gone anywhere.
Yeah.
We haven't gone anywhere. So that would be maybe if like another little more specific dream, just to plan a couple of times, even if they're just short times away.
That's interesting. Not interesting. Well, it is interesting that you said that. But like Jeremy and I just celebrated our 19th wedding anniversary over Thanksgiving week. Mm-hmm. And we were talking about like doing a trip or something and I said, oh, what about our 20th? We'll go, because we've always wanted to do like cruise Alaska and then take a railroad in Alaska.
Cool.
My grandparents did that. They said it was the best trip that they've ever taken.
Can I come?
Sure.
Okay.
And but then like I got laughing. I was like, dude, that's less than a year away. Like I don't even know if we're gonna be able to really.
That's the thing. It's everything sneaks up
foster
on you. I know.
A trip. And then I was like, well, it's over Thanksgiving break, so we wouldn't be. I mean, like it. Yeah. I want to be able to like mindful plan something.
Well, how about this? Okay, this will be an accountability thing because like I feel what always happens to us is that we plan our work events first,
and then our family stuff,
and then we plan our family stuff. Okay. Don't we do that? I know.
Yeah, we do.
We're guilty of that,
except for 4th of July camping week. But
right, but like maybe in January, put a few things on the 2026 calendar.
Okay.
Maybe not a month-long cruise in Alaska, although Rob might have something to say about that.
I mean, what if we go to Rome and try to get a podcast with the Pope?
Hey,
I mean,
could happen.
That's work stuff.
Yeah. It's good to have dreams.
It is. But, the other thing, too, is that hope of those dreams, at least one of those has to be fulfilled in some way, shape, or form.
Yeah.
Because then it's just like, that was a dream I had when I was 20.
Right.
And it never came to exist.
And do you feel like your dreams have changed too as you've gotten old? Like when I was younger, I wanted to have 4 kids. I'm like, 2's enough. I don't know. Like there were things I thought I wanted that didn't seem as important as it. And I don't have regrets about how my life has been. But also at the same time, at the point where I'm at now, I feel like I want to be intentional about what the next 10 years are going to look like, not just what the next 10 minutes or 10 days are going to look like. And like when you're in this season of life, it's just, you're swamped all the time.
Yep. So I think I talked about it before. We had, we did new garage doors and I was cleaning out and I found a letter that I wrote to myself back in 4th or 5th grade of where, like my future self.
Wow.
And supposedly I'm supposed to be a marine biologist who had graduated from Boston University and has a Porsche.
Oh, dear.
So I think my dreams have really changed.
Bet 0 here.
0 out of 3.
Oh, man.
And definitely a Porsche in the winter in Rochester would not be...
Right, but like, look at your life now. Do you feel fulfilled?
I totally feel
look
fulfilled.
at your family. Look at your work. Look at it.
I'm glad that dream did not happen.
Yeah.
Because if that had happened, who knows...
Right.
You know.
I mean, well, we always talk about like God's dream. What's God's dream for our life, and how do we bring our dreams in line with what God's dream is?
And I've totally surrendered the fact that I'm supposed to be in ministry.
Yeah, that ship has sailed, sister. You're here.
There's no other.
But like this moment, I just feel like, we're at such an open moment with all the church stuff too. Yeah. Like I was just talking with Dan yesterday at work, and he was saying. He went to a meeting where they talked about how by 2030, there's only going to be 25 priests in our diocese. And there's like, I don't know, 60 now or something. Like we're facing a lot of change. Yes, in our parishes probably, but and we're getting a new bishop soon. We don't know who that's going to be. No rumors about the bishop.
I wasn't going to say anything.
Do you have a hope?
It was something else.
Okay.
It was actually a hope.
A hope for our new bishop?
No.
Okay.
A hope for one of our teens.
Yes.
You know who I'm talking about.
Okay.
One of our teens who went to NCYC, which I totally didn't talk about last time.
In our NCYC. So.
But I had the privilege of having a wonderful conversation with this young man. And he is thinking...
Yeah, we actually have a couple who are
about the
discerning.
priesthood.
We have a couple who are discerning. So that's cool.
And it was
There's a lot of hope.
Like he was just like, I think I'd be a really good dad, though, but I think I'd be a really good priest. And it was just for him to really have that conversation with me. I'm like, I could see you doing
a privileged
both.
Place. I know, and you gotta hold those conversations with like no expectation or pressure whatsoever, and just be like, oh man, it's a gift when you get to hear that kind of stuff. Though.
I mean, that was. Okay, so yeah.
But I'm just like change for the future, right?
Changing.
We don't know. I feel like I literally don't know what the church is going to look like in 5 years or in 10 years, but I still want to be serving it somehow, right?
Yep.
And we just know that change is coming, and if we can meet it openly and intentionally, I don't know. It can be a scary time, right? Because we know the future is not going to look like what the past looked like.
Well, we don't want it to.
Right. So
some of us don't.
God is calling us to something new. God's calling us to something new, and we don't know what that is going to look like. And that is, it's a scary place to be. It can also be an exciting place to be, because God wants us to dream differently and to dream bigger. That's what the Pope said when we were at NCYC, right? Yeah. Now's the time to dream big. So,
well, even, going as far as the decline of the priests, but when we started in ministry 25
ago, for me,
we were like that first generation of ministers that it wasn't only our ministry, but it was our livelihood.
It was our profession.
Lay
ecclesial ministry. Yeah. And we had a big cohort of young people our age, and very few of them are still around.
And a handful are, but there's not a coming up.
And there's not a coming up of newly ministers.
So, that was a hard pill for me to swallow at our meetings. It's like, geez, we put
decades of energy.
And we did it, we fostered it, but it was a different time.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like I came in to the ministry at a good time where the churches did have the money.
And we had mentors
to pay for our salaries. And we had mentors and, I guess a dream would be to maybe foster,
help with whatever is coming next.
Our young generation to think about lay ministry.
Right.
And, as a vocation.
Yes. All of that. All of that.
Okay. So good. So good.
Yeah. And it's because we are sort of, I don't know, I talk about being in midlife a lot, but we're on, I don't want anything in my life to change right now, but I do have the sense that I'm on the cusp of whatever the second act is going to be.
This is not the finale.
No, not the finale. High summer in here. And like you talked last time about the prayer of like holding eyes closed and open hands and holding things in trust. And I just feel like that call just gets more and more important the more chaotic things get around us.
And it's so that we've talked about this so many times, but trusting that it will work out and not working it out ourselves or trying to manipulate it.
Yep.
I have a very
micromanage it.
Yeah. I have a very difficult time with that.
Right. I know. Well, because it's easy for us to go in and like, oh, we're going to do a thing that's going to address the issue. And we'll do a thing. And once we do that thing,
it'll be fine. No, because then that one thing turns into like 8 other 1,000 things that.
Right. And like no program or no event or no new idea is going to turn the tide of some of the social changes that are and cultural changes that are happening.
Yeah.
We have to figure out a new way of being, of answering God's call in the world we have, not in the world that used to be. You know? Yeah, and I just think as we move through all these tumultuous times, you know, and we don't know what the year 2026 is going to bring us, that like practically speaking, what it looks like to listen for God's dream or to live into God's dream is like, it doesn't look like much of anything, right? It's like those small moments where you're just like, okay.
Yeah.
Like it's doing that every day.
You can't fathom.
You can't fathom what's coming.
No. And even if you try, it's not going to be what you expect. Like I was thinking, I was talking to my friends the other day. We finally had a girls' night, and my one friend's daughters are a year older than my 2 kids. So her daughter's graduating this year, and I was just like, oh my gosh, when we were 16, 17 years old, her and I, Sarah and I, we were both dating our now husbands. Right. And so cool. It's like so cool. But, and like going out and hanging out with friends every weekend. And then I look at my kids and they're like, they want nothing to do with dating, which thank you, I'm fine with. Jeremy's more than okay with. But it's not, I'm like, dude, I had so many experiences when I was that age that my kids aren't getting. Yes. And I'm thinking, is it because I'm not allowing them, or it's just a whole different generation that they don't have that sense of wanting to do that. And I'm like,
or not being ready to do it.
Or not being ready to do that. Yeah, definitely. But then again, when we were in Illinois, I share one of my God moments.
Yay.
When we were in Illinois, my niece is in college, so she was at her apartment, and she was coming in Wednesday night, so this must have been Tuesday or something. And my nephew, he's a senior. He's the cutest thing. And he said that he was going to stay out all night. He was going to sleep over at a friend's house. So we had locked the doors and all this stuff, and I could not fall asleep. I got sucked into a really good book. So I'm laying on the couch. I finished my book. It's like 1 a.m. Awesome. I start to walk up the stairs to go to bed, and I see car lights pull into the driveway. I'm like, what the heck? So then I hear like rattling of the door. And I was like, oh, Max must be home. So I run over to the door and I open up the door and I'm like, Max, is that you? Oh, thank God it was. Like if it was some like random person, right?
You're just letting him in the house.
Just letting him in the house. So he's like, oh, Aunt Karen, thank you so much. My phone died and I didn't want to sleep over and blah, 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 blah. And he was like about to like crawl in the backyard.
Break into his own house.
To break into the backyard. But like, and his friend was with him. And I don't know, like, it was just, this has sat with me, and this is my God moment, because I was like, all right, guys, I'm going to bed. Good night. I love you. And I love you guys, or something like that. I have known Max's friend for literally 10 minutes. Okay. And I'm like, I love you guys.
He's like, I love you too.
He did. He said, I love you too. And it was the cutest thing. So that was my God moment.
I love young people. I just got to be around them as much as I can.
And Max was just, you know, I don't get a lot of time with my niece and nephew from Illinois.
They live so far away.
But it was just like, his hugs and his like just it melts my heart.
I love it.
But he like with Max, he's completely opposite of my kids.
Yeah.
Right. And I was like, man, you're going out again? He's like, well, yeah. So he's like, want to come? I'm like, I was tempted a couple of times to go, but I'd probably get him in trouble. That extended
family is such a gift. I love. Yeah. I have a lot of God moments around like my cousins and aunts and uncles lately. Yeah. Okay.
What's your God moment? We didn't do God moments, and I just did mine. So do you have one?
I have lots, I'm sure, but have I thought about it? Let's see. You know, I think just as we're moving through this Advent season and, you know, like I said, trying to spend time with family, I've talked about this a lot, but we did the Christmas tree hunt with my cousin. We go with my cousin and her family. We have the big stick that is measured to different people.
You have your tree yet?
My tree's up. My tree's up. My tree has been up since Black Friday. It was the only thing I purchased on Black Friday was a Christmas tree.
At least you waited until after Thanksgiving.
Oh yeah, of course.
Okay.
But it's just like, I think my God moment is just like the traditions.
Yeah.
So yes, the specific moment of we got a great tree and we got it up and we've been enjoying it. My sister was able to be with us for that this year, which was cool. But it's just like having, I don't know, those rituals that help you create the space and to do it with the people who help you create the community is one of mine. And the other little God moment I have that's new this year is, we're growing up, what my mom had certain things where she would like be like, this is for you and this is for Jean, and the things that I wanted when she died were she had a hope chest, a cedar hope chest that like she put her wedding gifts in, and they've been sitting there for decades and decades and never used, but it was like in her living room. And I was like, I want the hope chest, and she has a crush that her brother and sister made her. My Uncle John built the manger out of wood.
The NASA girl?
No, this is the other uncle. Okay. This one is also an airplane engineer. They're both engineers.
Well, that makes sense.
So yeah, he constructed the stable, and my Aunt Cecilia, my godmother, made ceramic statues and glazed them. I don't even know how she did it. I'm gonna have to call her and ask her for all the things. So I've always wanted the creche. My mom hasn't even put the creche out in the last several years because things just got away from her. But I cleaned out our guest room, and now I have like the hope chest is there, and on top of the hope chest is my mom's creche from her siblings. And so we have a second little place in our home now. This is all in the guest room where we have just a little a little thing for mom. Yeah, so that's a God moment for me too.
Aww.
So yeah, dreams this year of Christmas, I think, are just hunkering down with your family, spending that time together, and hopefully being able to walk into what lies ahead with a spirit of trust and openness and being willing to dream in surprising ways. You got any closing wisdom?
I can't beat that closing wisdom that you just bestowed on us.
I got some scripture references, but I'm not really sure they're relevant anymore.
We'll put them up underneath if you want to search them.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I called out Matthew chapter 1, Joseph's dreaming. We've talked about that a lot, how Joseph listens. And then
that's the only time we ever see Joseph in the scriptures.
Yeah.
When he's sleeping and God's talking to him.
Right. There's a quote from Numbers 12. If there are prophets among you, in visions I reveal myself to them, and in dreams I speak to them. So there is in scripture this whole idea that God sends us dreams, for us.
Okay.
Like sleep dreams, but also visions for our future.
Yeah.
And then the last one is from Joel 3. It shall come to pass, I will pour out my spirit on all flesh. Your sons and daughters will prophesy, and your old men will dream dreams, and your young men will see visions. So that, getting back to the NCYC thing from our last episode, I don't know, listening to the prophetic voice of our youth, because they're thinking about the future of the church now too.
Yeah.
And we're going to have to dial into
their needs,
wants, to their dreams and their visions of how the future is going to play out.
Yeah.
Because the mission never ends.
Nope.
All right.
Okay.
It's a lot. Well, we hope you guys have a beautiful Christmas.
A blessed Christmas.
Blessed Christmas week. Be present.
Yes.
We hope all your dreams come true. All your best dreams. And we'll see you next
year.
We'll see you next week. We have one more in 2025, I think.
You do?
Yeah. We Feast of the Holy Family.
Oh, yeah. I was thinking.
We'll see you next week.
Okay. Bye next week.
Thanks for taking a faith break with us today. Karen Luke and Ann Gallagher are lay ministers with the parishes of St. Catherine of Siena in Mendon, New York, and Church of the Transfiguration in Pittsford, New York. More about our parishes, including weekly live-streamed Sunday Mass, can be found at stcath.org or transfigurationpittsford.org. Engineering today is by Jeff Beckett. Join us for new episodes of Faith Break each week in studio on YouTube or on your favorite audio podcast or music app.